Hello, welcome to the class once again, and hope we're all okay. Well, I'm sure you are now. We're going to work today on feet. Most important obviously for standing and walking, and so we're going to do quite a bit on the feet today. So first of all, lying down, placing your feet on the mat. Moving your shoulders down, letting your arms roll out. Make sure the head is comfortable, have head support if you need it. And releasing down into the earth. Feel that your feet are in a position where your back can be rested and let go. And then your feet on the ground. Contact there, and feeling that as you breathe in, you can draw up energy from the earth, and as you breathe out, release any tension, stress, worry into the earth. It can take it, it's supporting you well. So all you've got to do is breathe through the nose, breathing in. As you breathe out, releasing any tension into the earth. So just being aware of the breath, not doing much to it at the moment. And how, as you become still, the breath will slow down. How does the breath feel today? How does it sound? Any smells that you're aware of? And where the breath comes from and where the breath goes. Just focusing. Letting the breath become a little bit deeper. Inhaling energy from the earth and exhaling any stress, tension, letting everything go, just being here in the moment. So another 4 good deeper breaths, allowing the earth to help you. When you're ready, start to walk your feet in towards you, bend your knees into your chest. Now cross your ankles and see if you can hold the outer feet, or you could hold the sides of the feet anywhere really. Keep your chin down. Now, can we rock into a sitting position? So you need to bring your shoulders down, chin down, and then start to rock. A little massage with the back. Start to smile. It makes you smile, this one. And then maybe you might rock sitting with the legs crossed. Just bring a block under your bottom. And if you couldn't get there, I'll have to cheat and come up. And then bringing your feet under your knees more. And can you flex your ankles, stretching the heels away from you, bringing the toes towards you, or towards each other. Bringing your hands behind you for balance, and we'll start to work your ankles. Breathing. And then cross the feet the other way. Again, bringing the feet forward, underneath your knees, flexing your feet again. So starting to work the ankles. sitting up tall and lifting the spine, crown of the head, don't forget the rest of the body, and you don't have to keep looking down, they're still there, the feet. Okay, and then there's that little thing where we put our fingers through the toes, because can you actually spread all your toes? The trouble is they're too much in socks and shoes, and we lose all the movement of our feet. So see if you can have the little fingers there, then the next one, then the next one, and this gets more harder as you go. And can you get all the fingers through your feet? And can you still sit up when you're doing that? But if you can't do that, don't worry. But see if you can separate the toes. Okay. And then place them down. See if you can still thread them. Okay. And then we're going to remove the block. And if it's comfortable for you, sitting on your heels. And if you bring your heels apart and your toes together, and you've made a little dish there, so you can work the front of the feet, start to stretch the toes, the front of the toes, and if you have a little wiggle side to side, you can make that dish a bit bigger, and then the toes can, front of the feet can work, the ankles are working here, the toes are together, not on top of each other. And maybe you can sit up from there and do namaste. And then from there you're going to bring the hands down, tuck the feet under, walk the hands back and stand up to do sun salute. Moving anything out of the way. Coming to the front of your mat. Hands in namaste. Oh, the sun's just come out. And breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, except forward to the right, between the hands. Breathe out, left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands in there to namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, foot forward, breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Breathe in, a little bit more, stretching up and more back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathing into cobra, out into dog. Breathing in, step forward right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Standing tall now. Now, feet a little bit apart, about hip width, or slightly less. Sides of the feet lined up with the sides of the mat. And a good Tadasana now. Lifting the crown of the head. Lifting the collarbone. So heart up, chin slightly down, brain down. So just focusing only on standing. Is your tail dropped, kneecaps lifted, and the legs working. Breathing. Are you spreading your toes? Don't look because you'll spoil the posture. Now, can you lift all your toes without spoiling the posture? All your toes. The little one sometimes gets a bit rebellious and doesn't want to lift. Can you lift them all? Can you stretch them forward and bring them down on the mat? and feel the skin on the underneath of your feet. Now, do your heels feel even? So the backs of the heels down, the mounds of the toes, and even if you lift them, the mounds of the toes are still there. Place them down again. And so our footprint will tell us a lot about our feet. So imagine that Hollywood footprint of how there's a little space in the arch, isn't there? Or the toes are down evenly, backs of the heels are down evenly. And it's a lovely feeling. You're feeling very secure there. Okay, let's get a block now. And if you haven't got a block, get a book or something, and bring your heels apart, but still the sides of your feet in line with the mat. So if you haven't got a block, see if you can find something where you can raise your heels. Spreading the toes now and standing in Tadasana. So it's different work here. You've really got to lift up your chest a little bit more. Otherwise you're going to kind of come forward. See how different it feels on the tummy, and the tail is down. And can you spread your toes? Can you still lift your toes? It helps sometimes if you spread the fingers as well, actually, and then it's exercising the hands as well. So it'll be the big toe, the mound of the big toe will be down, but maybe the other toes might move a little, and down. Right, now step off the block, come behind the block, and put all your toes on the block. So don't forget the little one. So it's the mounds of the toes and the toes on the block. Still the sides of the feet in line with the block. Now it's harder to get your mountain pose. You've really got to tuck the tail down, lift the or drop it rather. Lift the tummy in and up, lift the collarbone down, lift the kneecaps. So you've got to press the thighs a little bit forward, haven't you, as well. Good work on all the way up the legs. Really good work. And make sure what the shoulders are doing. You haven't had your shoulders. You're not leaning forward. And if you let go, the bottom comes out, doesn't it? And the tummy releases and everything. You've really got to do a lot of work around here, which is good. And can you wiggle your toes? Can you wiggle your toes? Good. Okay, now you'll need your belt. Then have the feet apart, on the side of the feet and under the mat. Now have the belt evenly in two halves. Bring the belt under your big toes. Cross the belt over. Pull out so the big toes are separating, and see if you can get the other toes to come away as much as you can. And then again, standing up tall. Now, we did a lot of work on shoulders last time, so you can feel some work on the shoulders now. So it's lifting the breastbone, dropping the tailbone, bringing pulling the hands apart a little bit and lifting the chest. And if the belt's really taut, then it's pulling the shoulders down, opening the chest, move the hands back a little bit more. And how do the feet feel? So just be aware now of the skin of the feet again, and how that feels. Nice stretch for the toes, and have a toe wiggle. Take the belt off and see if you can still get separation in the toes. So again, lift the toes, bring them forward and down. And from there we can do a forward bend, can't we? So hands on your hips, breathe in, breathing out, and extend forward, forward, forward. So your feet are in a good place for this now, aren't they? Then you can let go of the rest of the body. Make sure the shoulders are up by your ears and drop down. Make sure the weight is forward enough so you're working the backs of your legs. Breathe. Hands on your hips, breathe in and come up. Now, we're going to do dog pose. So, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread the fingers now and tuck the toes under. So, we're just going to bring the knees up towards your chest now. So keep the legs bent at the moment. So you can breathe in. As you breathe out, tummy in and bring the knees up. Now have a look at the toes. Are they all bent? Including the little ones. So this is really good for your feet. Move your weight back now. So the ribs are on the thighs, the shoulders are back, the head is just in the middle. And this is quite a bit of work on the feet, isn't it? As you breathe out now, you can bring the heels down and bring the weight back. Really move everything back. So the chest towards the thighs towards the wall behind you, shoulders away from your ears. Breathing. And now how about little walking dog? So lift one heel and then the other. Breathing in, breathing out. And getting that walking movement. Right. Then you're going to come down into child, so it's toes together, knees apart. Stretch forward first with the forehead down. Fingertips on the mat, spider fingers with the wrists up, and then resting your sides on the thighs there. And walk the hands back. Bring the knees a little bit forward, and then lift the knees. Now this is a big stretch on the front of your feet. Breathe. And release. Breathe in, breathing out. If you can bring your hands forward and more, then you can. If you can bring your heels in a bit more, you'll feel there's quite a lot on the calves as well, and down. Once more, breathe in, breathing out. Okay. Now coming forward and tucking the toes under, keeping the hands on the mat there, and so that there's a good bend on the toes here. Okay. Now, a little bit forward on your mat. I'm going to go to the other end, just in case you roll back. And we'll just do that again. Bring your knees apart. Get a block. And then you can press down on the block, stretch the fingers nicely, lift the chest, tummy in, knees out. And all the toes here are bending. So if you can bring your heels up a little bit. If you need to stop and start again, that's fine, you can do that. And lifting up. Now we're going to bring the knees in. And the heels in a little bit, which does make it a bit harder. Now, you can have the block there, or you can see if you can balance. So you're on the front of the block, so if you fall back, just tuck your chin in, you'll be fine. But we're trying to balance. There's a little bit of gripping in the toes here. You may do namaste. And you're just going to start to really feel it on the ankles now. And release. Sit on your heels if it's comfortable. And then just fold your arms and come forward. You can bring the knees apart and back to child. Now we're going to do tree pose, and now we've stretched out all our roots of the feet. We can do that. So have a chair just so you can keep your balance if you need it. Standing in a good Tadasana and spreading your toes, feet together, ankles together. Okay, and then we're going to bring the left heel up and have the heel as high as you can. If not, it can be lower, but not on the kneecap, or if your balance is not good today, up to the side. Okay, so bring the left foot up, nice strong right leg. Breathe in. Now, can you imagine the roots of your feet spreading? They're spreading out and going down and keeping you stable. The kneecap lifting, toes spreading, lifting up. Breathe. Bring your hands up on your head. You can have them wide. You can lift up and lengthen up. Breathe. That's toes really spreading of the roots working. And maybe some people can do half lotus, but don't force that at all, especially if your knee doesn't like it. And namaste. I'm balanced. So it's actually worse on a mat and a carpet underneath, actually, because it gets rather spongy. Anyway, it makes your feet work. Yeah. And then we're going to change and do the other side. So, good Tadasana now. And bringing the right foot up. So you need to try and get that foot straight down. And then I haven't emphasised while we do the hips. We're really trying to work on the feet, but you know, the hips trying to get even and working down here. Okay, and now very firm on the left leg, spreading the toes. Feel your roots spreading out, spreading down. The trunk really firm, lifting the kneecap. Breathe. And you may bring your hands in namaste. Breastbone. Head wide, and if you can, lift up, lengthen. And then some people might go into lotus, only if you can do that. And then the front of the foot goes on the leg, again spreading the toes, and in namaste. Not too springy here. That's my excuse. Good. Okay. Just going to do wide leg forward bend, because I want to emphasise the weight on the sides of your feet. So as wide as you can. Feet in line with the sides of the mat, sides of the feet. Okay, bottom in line with the back of the mat. Coming forward, you might need a block if you use a block. As you breathe out, tummy in. Just have the hands under your shoulders. Breathe now. Can you feel the sides of your feet are well on the mat? So you've got some arch of the foot working here. And then just holding the backs of your ankles, and look up. Make sure the bottom hasn't gone back too much. Breathe. Start to move your hand a little bit forward now. Then bring them behind the ankles if you can. If not, get high up the leg. Then forward a bit more. Breathe in and come up. Then we're going to do warrior one. So the chair in front of you. Just come into Tadasana, about arm's length away from the chair. We've got them here a little bit forward, I think. So elbows in. Step forward with the right foot. Now bring the heel down. Bring this knee over the ankle. So you get a stretch on the back of the leg, the back of the ankle. Then turn the right toes out a little bit. Fingertips on the back of the chair. Try and keep this left hip back. Stretch up. Now, so the back foot is your stability. Stretch the toes. Breathe. Look up and turn it into a little bit of a back bend. Smile. Down and change with the other one back. First of all, the toes facing forward, so you can get that stretch on the back of the leg and the ankle. And then bring the knee in line with the ankle here. Turn the left toes out a little bit. Be very stable. The underside of the feet really stretched. Very stable on that leg. And then trying to keep the right hip back, stretching the arms up. Breathe in, breathe out, up and back a little. Keep stability on that back leg. And release. Lovely. Very nice stretch. Have a wiggle around. And then sitting on the mat now. And into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, so have a block to sit on. Hands on your, holding your ankles, lift up. Elbows in and back, lift the chest. Lift the chest. Now, can you bring the toes away from each other? And see there's a gap here of the arches there. With the little toe coming back. Bring the feet together again. Now opening the book, so the outer sides of your feet are the spine. And can you open the book? Of course, opens the hips, doesn't it? So let's work there as well. And what can you read there? If you bring your hands behind you, really lift up and support yourself, and almost as though you feel you're lifting off the block a little bit, then maybe if you release, the knees might go down a bit, but don't force them. And is the book still open? Now can you close it? Breathe. Now can you come forward a little bit, working the hips here, so the feet evenly together. You might need a block, and then walking forward on the block. If you can keep all this up here, lifting, you can use your fingertips, but you will start to feel it more on the inside of the thighs, the hips and everything. Just coming gently forward, breathe, and then coming back, back, back. And stretch the legs in Dandasana. Hands behind you. Stretch the heels away, toes in towards you. Can you get all the toes in the straight line and separate? Oops. What happened there? I think my admin department dropped the camera. Okay, how are we doing? Right, so then bring one foot in and the other foot in. We're going to have the legs up on the back of the chair like we did before. No, I think maybe we'll turn it round so we can stay like that to Shavasana and have the calves on the chair. So start off your bottle close to the chair, flipping your legs on the mat, the calves supported, and then we're going to have the hands just behind the legs so you can stretch your legs up. And just hold it there. The legs straight up. If you can rest them there, that's fine. It depends on what sort of chair you got, or you could bring a cushion under backs of their knees. And you'll have to hold the chair if it's not steady, if not heavy enough. If it is, you can bring the arms back with the chin down. And right there, stretching back, which is rather nice. Just releasing the weight of your hips down. So either way, you're holding the chair, legs up, letting all the tension run down from your feet and release, starting to feel lighter. And then from there we can go into Shavasana if you can feel really rested and supported, and if you like to do it that way. If not, you can lie in your normal position for Shavasana. So we do have a blanket or something if you're going to cool down, which you may need. And just closing your eyes, just letting go.
About 12 minutes gone.
So, down. So if you're on the floor, do start with your feet on the mat how we started. And then feel that the back's quite comfortable. Sometimes I find I want to lift slightly my lower back and move it down, and then move the shoulders down, and then stretch one leg and the other leg just a little bit apart, and then let them go, and then you might have to adjust, but you really need to let go. Take glasses off is a good, and definitely thing to do, and then release. And just allow gravity to do its work. Just feel that you can let go from the feet and ankles, calves, knees and thighs. Hips, pelvis and tummy. Waist, ribs and chest. Make sure shoulders aren't up by the ears, letting go there. Releasing the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, fingers. Right through to the fingertips. So from shoulders right through to the fingertips, letting go. Letting gravity take over. Feel supported. From your hips through to the ends of your toes. Letting go. Release your jaw, tongue, and throat. Softening the root of your tongue. The throat feeling warm, open. Let your cheeks drop down away from your eyes. Eyes softly closed. Let them sink away from your eyelids. gently into your heart center. Releasing the corners of your eyes, each of your nose, all around your forehead, your hairline, your ears. Let your brain rest back. Your eyes are resting back and down and becoming still. You might just be conscious of your breath, which is hardly noticeable. Very quiet. And just focusing on the peace and silence in your heart. Bring your attention back into your body, move your hands and feet a little. Place one foot on the mat, the other foot on the mat. Move your shoulders down. Feet on the mat start to feel grounded again. Just let the feet drop into the mat. Walk your feet in towards you, bend your knees into your chest, roll completely onto the right side. Your knees up, hold it there. And a couple more breaths. Then push with your hands and come up. To sitting on your block. Or you may want to sit on your hip for a change, that's up to you. With your hands in Namaste. I'll just read you a little bit about humour. Humour is very useful these days, or any time actually. And it's this book, The Things You Can't See Only When You Slow Down. Well, we're all slowing down at the moment, I think. To be happy, it's not necessary to expend great effort so we get somewhere else. Instead, relax into the present moment while finding humour in your life. With humour, life becomes light and leisurely. And laughter always brings people to experience openness and joy. Humour opens closed hearts. Humour can free us from the grips of our thoughts. When we smile, we feel we can accept things we previously could not. We feel we can forgive those who have wronged us. Humour is an essential part of life. When we are joyful, our heart opens to new things. When we are in a bad mood, we can't be open to new things, no matter how wonderful they are. Without joy in our heart, our progress in life is slow and uninteresting. So a smile, keep some joy in your heart all week. Namaste.